Hello to anyone, everyone. Welcome to our first online hospitality and tourism alumni talks. The concept of alumni talks involved from the needs from both ends in the aim of building a bridge between the university life and the career life of our graduates. As faculty members of the Hospitality, Tourism and Sports Management Department of the University of Nicosia, we are very proud for our alumni community. And today we have with us graduates of our hospitality and tourism programs from the last decade, 2009, 2019. I would like to thank Ioanna Sava Ioannou, a senior human resource consultant, a graduate from the BSc Hotel and Tourism Management Program of 2009. Today, unfortunately, she's not with us, but definitely we will have her with us the next time. As well, Swad Ragheb, currently a Go Guidance Counselor at Canadian International School of Egypt, a graduate of the BSc Hotel and Tourism Management of 2010 from Egypt as well. Katerina Kulikova, project manager, currently project manager at the Ritz-Carlton of Moscow, a recent graduate of the BBA Hospitality Management Program of 2018 from Ukraine, and the most recent graduate, George Vasilopoulos, currently an MBA student of the University of Nicosia and a graduate of the BBA Hospitality Management of 2019 from Greece. Thanks everyone for your enthusiasm and for being here with us today. So we have a nice discussion about your career path. Our alumni talks use the hashtag Plan Your Future Career, and this is the purpose of having this chat with you. I feel privileged as your tutor and your lecturer. With us as well, we have Dr. Leonidas Epthimiou, currently the head of the Hospitality, Tourism and Sports Management Department of the University of Nicosia. And before we start our chat, Dr. Epthimiou, please.
Thank you, Yana, and thank you all for participating. As Yana said, it's our honor and our privilege to have you with us today because you are living evidence that encapsulates the learning process, all this social process which is going on in universities and has a beginning, the beginning of the journey, which is to start formulating yourself and your character and accumulating the right knowledge that is going to help you enter the industry. And then you take it from there and you become so successful as you are right now. You continue the learning process, you expand further the social process. And once again, thank you very much for being with us. It's our honor and our pleasure.
All right, let's start our talk. I would like to start with a short introduction from each one of you, just to let us know. I mean, what are you currently are doing, and more details about your current career. And let us start with Swat. That always I was calling her Didi. Yes, and she
Yes.
used the short, yes, Didi. So let's start with Didi, graduate of a decade now, yes?
Decades, yes.
Of the University of Nicosia.
Yes. Hi, thank you. I'm honored to be a part of this. Thank you so much. And it's good to represent my university. I'm now working as a guidance counselor, academic and counseling in a Canadian international school for grades 9 to 12. It has nothing to do with what I studied, but this is where I ended up. Basically, what I do is helping students find their path, their careers. I find that I help them to work on their skills and get where they want. I don't make choices for them. I just help them reach my goal. So this is where I am right now.
All right. So proud, yes, you are joining our community, yes, as tutors, facilitators, supporting the youth of making a decision for their future.
Yes. Yes.
So we have a lot to share in the next hour of our chat. Katerina,
Yes, good day, everyone. Yeah, I'm also honored to be here for sure. Well, I've graduated 2 years ago, and for 2 years, I'm working at the Ritz-Carlton Moscow. First, for 1 year, I was working, I was accepted for the program of the Voyager leadership program that usually those big chains of hotel offer to the students who just graduated. So I was moving from the department to the department on the position of the manager trainee. And then I transferred and became a project manager at the Ritz Carlton, doing different projects from the renovation to the changing of the concept of the restaurant, etc. Yes.
Hi, thank you, Katerina. Definitely a lot to share with you. It's like yesterday, remembering the acceptance you got from the Ritz Carlton, yes, and the enthusiasm of joining in such a company. Uh, and looking forward to share your experience as a student at the University of Nicosia. And let's move with George Vasilopoulos.
Hello, for me also is a great honor to be here. I'm still in the university, even if we finish this degree, the hospitality degree. I'm currently studying in the MBA program of the university, working part-time in the sector because in the tourism and hospitality sector because it's difficult to leave it. I cannot do it. I want to be close in the sector until I finish the next degree and move forward.
Right. Thank you, George. Just to share with the rest, George is one of the mature students that joined the university. He was already a graduate from another school as a culinary, yes, a diploma,
Culinary,
the author
yes,
of a
yes, I
culinary
know.
diploma. And again, I remember his worries of choosing the right path, of getting the right environment to start a career. But I'm so proud to watch your career paths close. And we have the social media now. It was so nice that we share our moments and not just your professional, yes, life, but even your personal life. And especially during the lockdown, I mean, we have the opportunity to even come closer with a lot of our alumni community.
Yes, of
So
course.
I would like to start, I mean, and sharing your experience of how did you decide to study hospitality or tourism at the University of Nicosia here in Cyprus? So did it, if you recall, 10 years ago, not 15 years ago, when you started
Oh, don't say
studying?
that. Yeah. Well, I moved with my parents to Cyprus and I was a bit confused. I just finished school and I was a bit confused. I didn't know what to do. And then I looked around. First, when we came to Cyprus, we went to the beach, we traveled around. And that's where it hit me. I'm like, okay, this is what I should be studying. This is the industry of the future. It's one of the most growing industries because people don't stop traveling. So, and it was interesting because for me, as I'm very active, I have a combination of work and play. It was a combination of I'm going to study this, I'm going to work, but I'm still going to be playing at the same time. Like the whole point of being in that industry. And Cyprus was a motive, honestly. After seeing the beaches and the hotels, I'm like, yes, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to work.
Nice.
All right. So, Dr. Leonida, you want to share something?
Uh, Not at this point, but I would like to listen a little bit more about how they decided to select in the first place this particular profession, because together with the studies you get the profession which is going to follow. So I would like to listen a bit more by Katerina maybe or George.
Yes, so let's continue with Katerina and then with George.
Well, I graduated school at 2014, and then I was thinking for the whole year when I was finishing the school, what should I do in my future? Where should I go? There were like a couple of different professions I wanted to choose, but then I realized that, well, I like communicating with people. I like traveling. I enjoy going to different places, finding new concepts. I was always interested in restaurants and hotel as a business, as a picture, as a atmosphere. And then I thought, okay, hospitality it is. Uh, Answering the question why University of Nicosia and Cyprus in particular, well, I think it is better to study the profession where you can see it in practice. So basically, hospitality is one of the major parts of the economic of Cyprus. So why not Cyprus? And then I came in spring, and then I also have my aunt living in Cyprus. So my parents thought it would be safe for me as well, as I was a kid yet. Still, I graduated. When I graduated school, I was 16. Yeah,
Yes.
so it was quite an early journey for me. So yeah, that's how it happened.
Yes, definitely a kid, but now a mature young lady. Yes. So let's hear from George. Why Cyprus, George, coming from Greece, and already a holder of a culinary diploma.
Uh, so I was involved, I can say, from just after school in the hospitality industry, working on the entry level positions. And then I realized that I think I want to do something on that. But I, I was trying to find out what exactly. Then I went to the culinary school in Athens, the Le Monde School, and
We are
from inside. I see how the hotel is operating, and then I realize what I want to do. And then I start my research in which university I will do a further study in the field. And when I saw the University of Nicosia, I think I choose it the same moment because it was close to me. Uh, we speak the same language. It was easier for me. And I think when I came in the university and I spoke with some people there, I think I, I was sure that I have to be a part of this degree in this hospitality in this university.
all right. We have a different stories. Yes, just I mean, we have Didi having the experience of moving with her family to Cyprus, uh, having the experience of the scenery, watching all this lovely landscape, the hotels, understanding the booming of the sector in the beginning of the millennium, actually, yes, 2004, 2005, when we first joining Cyprus. Katerina, as well, a young graduate at the age of 16, as all the trained less high school leaders. Definitely having family bonds, it was easier for you to make the decision. Joining Cyprus and the University of Nicosia, again, although having the experience from the side of a customer, yes, and enjoying I mean, your experience in restaurants, in hotels, in traveling. And then we have George that he had already the experience in a diploma and he wanted to further his studies and finding at the University of Nicosia the program that will allow him to transfer from another institution and continue for further studies and even continue as well joining the MBA. What is very important, yes, to share with us, and definitely of the most and very interesting for us as being part of the faculty members of the department, is to share your experience having, I mean, faculty advisors, mentors, yes, or if you have people from the department that you can share a personal experience through your journey that actually influence your positive, yes, experience as a student at the University of Nicosia. Didi?
Yes. I'm sorry, the last part got
Yes,
cut.
if you can share, I mean,
the last part.
yes,
I'm sorry.
if you can share with us your how the faculty advisors or any mentors you may have during your studies influence positively your experience at the University of Nicosia, and you have a story to share with us.
Yes, of course. Of course. The university, when I started, it was the first year of it becoming a university. It was a college, the year right before we started. So it was a very special year for us, and we were small classes. We were very small classes, so we got the best out of it, I think. It's one of the top countries of tourism, and our professors were really, really, really qualified. I had Miss Yanna, of course. I took 3 or 4 classes with her, and I loved the part where we had to do practical stuff outside of the school. They actually put and invest in us to do practical courses and get credits for it. That was very useful. It prepared us for the real thing, the real deal. I remember one of my professors, I don't know if he's still there, Mr. Panayotis.
Panayotu.
I took also 2, 3. Yeah, Panayotu. Yes, I took 2 or 3 courses with him, and this guy was so. He was so intense, and that's what actually I still remember. I still remember every word he said because he was just amazing. The way he introduced stuff, the way he talked to us. I can't remember. I can't forget him and you. Actually, I took most of my classes with you. I think the way we were like a small family at the university at that time. We were pleasure. It was a pleasure, and it was in our benefit for that.
Thank you, Didi, for your nice words. Definitely, the environment we will try to have at the university, and even the most recent graduates, they can share this. It's a family, yes. It's a community, and we try. Yes, I believe that we try to give our best. And when I see my graduates, I mean, succeed and meet their personal goals in any area. I mean, this is what makes us feel proud, and this is the best reward of any academician, educationist in the field.
And thank you, because you were always available for our support. This is something I should mention, and I should never forget. On your free time during lunch after school, I'm very thankful. Whenever I had a question, each and every single one of you were there. Thank you very much. You made me who I am today. So thank you.
You are welcome. You're welcome. I mean, I'm speechless, and it's not happening often that I'm speechless now. All right, I'm getting emotional, guys. All right, especially when I am with my graduates, and I mean, we had such a lovely time, yes, in each year with all these practical sessions, going outside the university with the projects, with the very intense projects of designing your own business, yes, that lovely motive that push your limit. Katerina,
Yes.
any personal experience as well that you want to share? I mean, you observed Judy, she's a graduate of 2010, you're a graduate of 2018.
Yeah, well, I cannot be more connected to the words that Didi just said, because fully agree. And I want to add for the practical part of the studies, because I think this is the most important thing that University of Nicosia offers to all the students of the hospitality industry. Because for me, hospitality is more practical thing. Of course, we have to say to know theory, but then we have to realize how to what to do with the theory, right? So then all those practical courses come to the first place. Well, I still remember how we organized all these conferences, environmental conferences, sustainability, the Feel Good Festival, which was we were the first class who did it, and now it's, as I know, it's an annual thing now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
Events.
imagine how proud we are that we were the first ones who did it. Plus, all those event nights, all those celebrations, they all helped us. And talking about the project and the designing our business, my final work for the graduation was the project with Mr. Panayotou, which we did, and it was about coffee. So me and my classmate Yana, we did this project, and then I told about this project to my current boss at the Ritz Carlton. I told him about that, and 1 year after, he told me that he accepted me to the job because I told him with those passion about my project, and he was like, "This is why I took you to the job, because you told me that about the coffee." So
Amazing.
yeah, imagine how it helped.
Right. I mean, you remember that we have been discussing a lot about, it's all about the personality, it's all about the hospitality personalities that we want to develop in the 4 years that we have you with us. And what makes a difference is actually to have to share something that you are passionate about it. Yes, and developing this work about what you love to do and study. And for you, Katerina, I remember your study with the coffee. I mean, and the analysis, and how you can further, I mean, understand the consumer behavior in the coffee industry. So we observe that this is, I mean, the capabilities that we want to embed in our programs. And I mean, I'm so happy that I'm getting this feedback from both of you, even with 1 decade difference. The importance of continue, I mean, providing these challenging courses and pushing the limits of our students. I emphasize on that because we are smiling now, but I'm sure that you all had hard times. Yes, and you had to study and you had to exceed your limits in order to achieve the best possible results. But I mean, nothing comes easy, yes? You have to fight for it and you have to be passionate about it. George, any recent experience that you have to share about your advisors, your mentors?
I think I follow the guidance step by step, and I will not say that it was. I think if you follow step by step the all everything that the tutors or the advisors offer you, you can. Um, how can I say? I mean, I started the university and I didn't know how I will be able to understand, for example, how a hotel works or everything. And when I went to the advisor, she told me that you will do it step by step. First of all, you will do some introduction in the field, and then you will learn, for example, how a department works, then how the other department works, and it was easy when I see now. It was easy to understand how the whole sector works, and also it was the guidance. It was important, especially on the courses that you have to take in every semester, or how you will study, or what you will gain after you complete a specific course. This was very important for me, and yes, I see that the tutors were not only tutors in the university, where they knew the industry because they worked in the industry, and it made it clear for the students that this, for example, an assignment or something that we did in the university, tomorrow you will face it when you work in a position in a hotel or in a restaurant. I want to say that what we did in the university, tomorrow we meet it again, we saw it again at work. So we were well prepared for that.
I think
Right.
George is a very interesting case, at least for me, and because I was teaching him cultural geography a couple of semesters before, and I'll soon be teaching him as part of the MBA course, possibly in the fall, in the upcoming semester. And of course, this reveals a progress. The same applies to all of you guys, to Didi, to Katerina. Your amazing progress reveals change. And of course, as we all know, someone said that the only constant thing in life is change. Change is unavoidable. And of course, the university and the department are changing too. And I'm sure you're following the news about the University of Nicosia. It's becoming larger. It's enriching its content. It's in terms of quality. It's now part of quality rankings, and there is a lot of hard work which is going on in the background for the University of Nicosia to be so successful and keep providing quality education. But I think the only thing that stays the same, that doesn't change, is the passion we have at the department to work very, very closely with the students. We want the students to have an enhanced learning experience by participating in more or less everything, in research, in conferences, in internships, to be able to work even before they graduate and accumulate good experience and knowledge, in field trips, in simulations, every little thing that contributes to formulating what you are by the time you graduate. So having discussed about change and how you have changed and you are still changing, and how the university is changing and is becoming stronger and better, I want to ask each one of you a very, very specific question. How did your experience at the University of Nicosia help you find your first position after graduation? And of course, this relates to your career path. Yes, it relates to managing your own career, because career is not a monolith. It's something that needs your input, and your input is influenced directly by the university and your learning experience. So I repeat my question. How did your experience at the University of Nicosia help you find your first position after the graduation? And Didi maybe can go first.
Thank you. Well, for me, actually, if it wasn't for my experience with the university, I would not have gotten my first job, because with the recommendations and support of the university, I got an internship in Hilton Park in the front office desk. And I got actually the last semester of my year, and that's where I ended up working until I left the country. And when I came back to Egypt, that helped me to join Hilton hotels in Egypt, because I was referenced from Hilton Park. And honestly, if it wasn't for having my kids, I would never have left this industry. I love it and I still do, but I was thankful, because again, if it wasn't for your recommendation and internship, I would have never gotten my first job.
Thank you, Didi.
Thank you.
Katerina?
Well, as I already told you, I was accepted, and one of the most important things why I was accepted was because I was so passionate about what I was doing at that time. And this is actually very important, because whenever the graduates try to find a job, nobody has experience. And everybody is apparently asking for the young specialist with the experience. I mean, you know the story. But taking into consideration how many projects we did during our studies, I was already with experience. So I could list it in my CV. So people could understand that I was actually doing something at the university. I've done this project, that project, did the conference, I don't know, festivals, everything. I had a business plan for the new places. I mean, I had the experience already. That's why I think, that's what helped me a lot in finding a job, for sure. Plus, the practice that is mandatory for the hospitality students, the 3 months being employed. I was employed at the Greek Hotel Daphne Bay in Corfu, Greece, for 3 months for the summer, and which is also a great experience for me, which I had to do to finish the university because it's mandatory, which I think is awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
George? Thank you, Katerina. George, maybe, although you're still studying and participating in all the events, but if I could ask you, what do you think was that single experience at the University of Nicosia that helped you find work even before your graduation? Yeah, because you're still with us for your MBA. Before leaving the university, I mean. Because you are a graduate, but you're still with us, right? Okay. George cannot hear me. All right. Yana, can you hear me? Yana, can you hear me? Katerina, Titi?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you, yes.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Yes, there is a problem with the connection with George. Just to sum up, I mean, definitely Didi as part of her practicum, yes, that she had to undertake in order to complete her degree studies. She was recommended to the Hilton Park, currently the Hilton in Nicosia, and she was working there until leaving from the country, go to Egypt, continue her career at the Hilton in Egypt, and definitely at any point of our lives, we have to make some decisions of balancing, yes, our personal and professional studies. And as she shared with us, now Didi, she's a proud mother of two, yes, and she's joined, I mean, from the other part, yes, of guiding young people to make their career choice, which is actually, I mean, it's an amazing. Did if you think about how life, yes, is changing, as Dr. Florida said, the only thing that is sure in life that we will change and will make different career decisions that will suit better, I mean, the lifestyle that we want for us. But I mean, definitely this experience in the hospitality industry, from positions of front office, discussing with people, helping them of making their choice, yes, and make their experience even better. It's a capability, yes, that I'm sure that you use in your lifetime right now, especially talking with young people and their
With
parents,
the little ones, yes,
and helping them to make the right decision.
yes,
With the little ones,
absolutely.
yes. And
Yes.
Katerina, yes, and Katerina, a very challenging position, actually very proud for the last 2 years. She's at the Rich Carlton in Moscow. As I share with you at the beginning, it's just like yesterday that she was sharing her decision of chase this position, enter this talent program, yes, of young graduates joining the Rich Carlton. And I remember sharing with her and me and Mrs. Panayotou, another colleague of the department, that Katerina do it. Yes, definitely you have the whole, I mean, you are ready. Just be the best version of you, yes, show. I remember Kate, when she had the interview, she said to me, they actually asked me, why Cyprus? Kate, this question that you had in your interview, that the guy asked you Cyprus, and he was quite impressed.
Yes, especially taking into consideration that I'm from Crimea, and then Cyprus, and then back to Moscow. Yeah, quite a journey.
On the journey. I think life itself is a journey, isn't it? I think
Yes,
what I
absolutely.
usually what I usually say to our students, is you are here to learn, and we are going to keep learning until the end
Of
of
course.
life. So, try to absorb as much as you can during your study, during your time at work, because life is a journey and you never know where you will end up. Uh, and this applies to everyone. But you need to have your eyes and ears open, and especially the students should be working very closely with the lecturers. This is what we encourage all the time in the department. We have to work very, very closely, because each person comes for studies with different experiences, different cultural backgrounds, different skills, different competences. And this more or less is called intellectual capital. Our job at the department is to make use of that intellectual capital and be able to say, okay, these are the strengths of each individual, these are the weaknesses of each individual, this is how we can help them, this is how we can further each individual up. And it applies to us as well. Each individual, including us, has major opportunities and, of course, weaknesses. And our effort should be to continuously try to identify those weaknesses, improve them, and then bank and rely on our competences and strengths to become better. I think life is a journey where we should be continuously trying to become better and better. And studying is one of those departments to become better and furthermore.
Yes,
For sure.
I would like to ask as far as your career path and your current position and your experience. I mean, through your studies, what are the top 5 skills? Yes, you perceive the most important one for the graduates of 2020.
Well, definitely.
Didi, as a
Yeah,
guidance counselor.
well, definitely. The major I took help. It kind of did help me indirectly today, because they both have planning ahead. You plan the events. You plan, because I do conferences with universities. I still do some events. So it taught me a lot how to plan ahead and how to organize my events, how to contact these universities, how to put an event together. So that definitely helped me a lot. And also teamwork. Teamwork in the hospitality industry is one of the main things. You know, one thing doesn't operate without the other. And I think it's the same thing in guidance, because I collaborate with teachers and I collaborate with students to come up with the best results, exactly the same as working in the hospitality industry. And everything else, right? Teamwork, I think, is more important. And the third thing that the information technology we have in the hospitality industry, how we enter and process data, and how we used to work on Fidelio, Amadeus, and Opera, all these operating systems. I work in very similar stuff, but related to my work. But the first touch I had with the information technology and technology data was also through my experience with the industry.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much, Didi.
Thank you
You
very
mentioned
much.
some very important systems there, like Fidelio and Amadeus, all this software that we practice with during your study,
Yes.
so you can
Yes.
immediately apply. And because they are accumulated skills at the end of the day, all these softwares, to be able to use them in your daily life at work.
Of course, and we were sent actually by the University of Nicosia to take trainings and be certified. At that time, I did not to do it on my personal time. It was also through the university, so I appreciate that as well.
Excellent. Is Yana still around? Yana, can you hear us? You know, it's amazing how we have this technology and we can communicate over distance. And of course, technicalities are always part of the process, but at least we have this technological progress and we can. Yana, can you hear us now?
Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you, and I was able to hear Didi emphasize on the teamwork, on the technology, which is very important, and emphasizing that teamwork is always an important skill in order to be successful in the live work. Yes, because you can do a lot alone, but definitely if you want to go further, you have to work with other people. Katerina, being in 2 years now in Rich Carlton, yes, what do you believe are the top 5 skills for the young graduates of hospitality to join the industry?
Well, the top one I would say is the communication, because communication is the key. When I graduated from the university, I realized how difficult it is for people to explain what they want, and most of the problems that I was facing during my work was communication. I mean, people have to understand, and I don't think it's only hospitality related, but still, people have to understand understand how to communicate, how to express what you want, because it's
Absolutely.
very important. And when people do it, the work goes so fast and the results you can achieve so fast you can imagine. Of course, communication is also important for the hospitality because it's mostly human-related industry. I mean, it's not always 2 plus 2. It's not that easy. You have to find your ways to communicate with different people. Plus, teamwork, of course, what Didi just said, teamwork is also very important because you're always um, you're always in a team. You have your family and the hospitality with which you are doing things and you are doing different projects and you communicate on the daily basis. So you have to treat your family well. Plus, I would say in the university, I learned how to get things done. Because sometimes it's very difficult. There's not always only the enjoyable things in life. You have to do something you don't really like doing. So my rule is do it until you get it done. Yeah. Sometimes you are facing deadlines and it's like tomorrow. Yeah, but you have to do it. I would just stop on those top 3 things which are most important and were most important during my university years, during my working years, and in life in general.
And Katerina, if I recall, you were as well the master of ceremony for the conference, yes?
Yes,
In one of the, yes, yes. And I remember the preparation in preparing your speech and the testing. An amazing experience, yes, for all the students involved. And it was the
for sure, for
sustainability
sure.
conference.
Yes, it was sustainability. Yeah, we had
Sustainability.
different speakers coming from different universities from other countries. Yeah, it was an amazing experience.
We have speakers from all over the world
Yeah.
that year, yes? And we continue with this. Just to share that this year we had a virtual conference because of the COVID-19. So the students, they had a new challenge. So this is an annual conference every year for our students. And we're very proud because we give the opportunity to our senior students to organize from zero an international event that has this kind of exposure. So communication, as you said, teamwork are the important confidences that we try to have. I mean, in almost in every course, in every major course that we offer in our hospitality and tourism program. George, what are your top 5 skills, yes, that you would suggest for graduates of 2020?
Uh, it's difficult to choose only 5, but I think the most important is that in the university we learn to work with people, for people. I mean, to be a part of the team in order to provide this experience, the whole service experience for people, the interaction between people. For me, this was the most important thing, and but also to be a part of a team, to realize your role in the team, and sometimes to lead the team. Also, I agree with the software skills that we gained because in every job, I think technology is involved nowadays. So it is important for every student to be able to work with this technology. Um, um, I think that, but I think the team and the people was the most important skill that I acquired in these 4 years.
Right. Nice. Leonida, would you like to ask the panelists, George, Didi, Katerina, one last question, and then we leave some time to answer some questions from the audience.
I think one question I could ask is, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently?
I would definitely pay more attention. Nothing else. I wanted to grasp
Me
more
too.
information. I would have been way better if I did, and yes, that's exactly what I would do, but I would not change anything.
Katerina?
Well, me too. Me too. I would be more active, but when I was discussing the the stream that we're gonna have with my mother, I started remembering all the events we had, and I was like, oh, I was quite active, but I would be even more active during the university years, because it's, as I said, experience is everything.
Yes.
Excellent.
And George, if you had to repeat again all the years?
Except that if I had the chance to start earlier, I think I would not change anything because, yes, sometimes we choose the wrong way, or we did the wrong decision. But I think this was also important for us, the wrong decision, because we learned from that wrong decision. So I don't think I would do anything differently.
Right. Let me say that definitely everything that you share with us today is in the right path. Yes, it seems that it supported your development as a personality. It supported your choices to pursue your career, your dream. Personally, I have the privilege to be your lecturer and in a lot of major courses, and watching closing your career path, and feel privileged and honored that you share your experiences with us today in this short, talk, alumni talk, and you know that we're always available for you, something that I shared a lot of times, and as a department of hospitality, tourism and sports management of the University of Nicosia, always we share with you that our connection starts from day one and never stops. Yes, it's a lifeboat forever, and you know that anytime you want to share or ask us, or we can support you in anything, we are here. And we are honored to be part of your journey. Yes, your career journey and your life journey. And as I shared before, social media supported our connection further. Yes, and to have the alumni alive, it's very important because we bring people close. Yes, and you can see your graduates. George was very excited to see Kate once more. Didi was very excited to have the opportunity to see Anna. Fortunately, she's not here, but I promise that I will bring you in contact. All right,
Yes,
so
please.
you can contact with the graduates of 2009, 2010, and maybe we
Yes,
have another
please.
special edition. Yes, of the previous decade.
I'd love that.
Yes, of the previous decade. So
Yes.
sorry about that, Miss Didi, but it's been a long time.
It's been, yes. Yes.
So we have a question for George Vasilopoulos from one of our students, actually, currently our students. He would like to know if your MBA is related to hospitality management, if you have courses related to service sector, or it's a general of on business administration, and why you have made this kind of, choice to continue with an MBA?
No, it's in general in Master in Business Administration with a concentration in Human Resource Management. After completing the bachelor degree, I was looking a career path that is more interesting for me. And when I saw this master course or this master degree offered, for me it was the best choice. I mean, it doesn't need to be a hospitality management master. The master degree can be something different in order to be able to work in a more department or to change a career path if you want. My choice was the human research concentration of the MBA.
Right?
But there are also many options of many different concentration of the MBA, and I think it can cover every need of the bachelor student.
I mean, something that I would like to share is that a degree in hospitality and tourism, especially a degree now with a strong concentration in business administration, because now we have the BBA in hospitality management and the BBA in tourism, leisure and events management as degrees at the department. You understand that the programs are always, updated, reflect to the needs of the industry, and always we try, to embed these competencies that will increase the employability of our graduates, and as well support them in a future, academic career, because this is a very important part of academia. Yes, to create, personalities, to create young critical thinkers, which this is the mission of academia. And having you today, having this chat with you, this is the proof of what we try to achieve at our university, the University of Nicosia, in our department. I don't know if you want to make a closure to say something to add in the discussion. A last word, maybe from Dr. Eftimiou as a closure.
I just once more to express our appreciation and to wish you to keep working hard. All the best to you and your family. And whenever you need something, all you need to do is to hold the phone, yeah, and call us or email us, because we're here to work with you, even after graduation, obviously, because we need you and you need us. Thank you.
Just to say that, looking forward to receive your invitation to join you in Egypt, in Crimea, in Greece, in Batra, George. And looking forward, maybe next year we may have a lovely conference joining, yes, from all over the world, the keynote speakers, the lovely premises of our University of Nicosia. Thanks once more. All right, for sharing your stories, and I wish you the best in any career path you choose, and for your future personal and professional life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this pleasure.
You.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.